Naja. Good evening, everyone. Nice to meet you. And welcome to the NFTE Midwest Regional Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge. My name is Naja Lucas, and I am a graduate of Perspective Leadership Academy here in Chicago, and a NFTE alumni of class of 2022. When me and my business Tristan Carter placed second in a competition here in Chicago and went on to compete in nationals with our business NTC reusable pregnancy test, which features a reusable applicator and a biodegradable strips, which is all for economic cultures and all eco statuses. Because every woman deserves to have access to sustainable products no matter their social economic status. I'm currently a freshman at Southern Illinois University, but have been accepted to Hampton University, where I'll start in the fall, expanding my knowledge and fueling my passion for creating my own business. Yes, being able to work with NFTE has been a dream come true. I was able to work with many mentors and network with other entrepreneurs and NFTE members just like you all. I want everyone to know here that I am proud of you all, no matter how far you have came. No matter if you're doing a fast pitch or if you're up here on the stage working hard or anything, I want you all to know that you have came this far, so don't give up. NFTE has taught me, even if you lose, to not give up and keep pushing in your dream. Because everyone has an entrepreneurship mindset and can do whatever they put their mind to. And that's why I'm building NTC. Working with NFTE even after competitions has shown me how much they care for their students, because I'm still able to promote my business and get opportunities from them. Like being your MC here tonight has been a pleasure. I hope you all are as stirred as I am for this year's businesses, plans, and competitions. We have an incredible program tonight with awards, celebrations, and competitions, but to kick it off, we've invited a very important entrepreneur right here in Chicago to share his journey and his wisdom. So please welcome from Kobe, Mr. Williams Hightower.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm going to get really comfortable. Don't mind. There we go. My name is Will Hightower, and I am an entrepreneur, and I'm very honored for NFTE for allowing me to be here to share my story, hopefully to provide some wisdom and guidance and inspiration to the future entrepreneurs for the future. And so with that being said, again, my name is Will Hightower. I own a wine concierge company called the Cuvée Concierge. And I'm going to share with you a little bit of how I got started, why I got started, and how it's going, and would love to inspire you guys to pursue your passions and visions. I moved to Chicago in 2006 to be a financial advisor. I have worked for the likes of JP Morgan, I've worked for Fidelity Investments. I've worked for Morgan Stanley, which is a really big one, if you guys are familiar with the financial world. And I was on this rat race for a long time, and I got all these licenses, and I was reporting to someone every single month about how much money I can bring in. And then I was a part of a huge financial crisis that America experienced in 2008 and ongoing, and I got laid off. And I have these licenses, and I could have got right back and worked for another company, but I decided that I was tired. I didn't want to do this anymore, but I didn't know what to do. I knew I was a passionate and driven individual. I knew that I wanted to make something of myself, but I didn't know what to do because all I knew was finance. All I knew was financial advising. And I didn't want to do it anymore because I wasn't making a difference and I wasn't having any fun. I was just getting a nice check. And sometimes you get a point in your life where a check just isn't enough. What else do I want to do with my life? What's going to get me out of bed in the morning? What's going to make me really go after my goals and my dreams? And so one thing that I love to do is eat and drink. And a little bit too much. And one day I was enjoying a dinner with my wife, and I was always ordering wine and didn't know anything about it. And she looked at me and she says, well, have you ever thought about being a sommelier? And I didn't even know what the word meant. Never heard of it. But in my unemployment, I had to stop watching Game of Thrones because I was addicted. In my unemployment, I was like, you know what, I'm going to research this. And this is where I wanted to get to the individuals that are interested in entrepreneurship, because this is a test. In my unemployment, I researched, I went to the library, I studied, I YouTubed, I just researched, and I fell in love with the art, the history, and science of wine. And when you fall in love with something, that's where you're gonna spend your time, your energy, and your efforts. And that will speak to your entrepreneur endeavors, and that is gonna be the first step of your entrepreneurial success. After that, I got a job at a wine shop, only making $15 an hour. Now, I was working at Morgan Stanley doing nice, but then I didn't go back, because I had a part-time job making $15 an hour. It was my favorite, most fun, and rewarding job that I've ever had, because I worked with someone who I called a wine Bible, a wine encyclopedia, and he poured into me, key, mentorship. He poured into me everything he knew. And when I worked for him, I built his wine club up to a six-figure successful ongoing monthly subscription. And I said, if I can do that for him, then I'm certainly gonna do this for myself. And so through networking and connections and really grinding and hustling, I was able to start a curated monthly wine subscription where people would hire us, because it's not just me, hire us to put together their wine programs on a monthly basis. And I was privileged, humbled, and honored to be selected to do such a thing, where I was able to go out and just to network and connect with wine lovers. So instead of selling mutual funds and stocks, I was selling Pinot Noirs and Bordeaux's. And I had a ball doing it. I'm having a ball doing it. And the success is really picking up to the point that we are in the process of opening our own brick and mortar tasting room. Thank you. And it is so humbling because I never thought this could be me. I always thought that I would have to get a job and take orders and, be at work at 7 a.m. and leave at 6 with a 45-minute to an hour lunch break. I thought that was the only path for me. But then I realized within myself that I can make it and I can do something that I'm passionate about. And I'm having the time of my life. I met some great people, some of them here today, and just in networking and connecting in the wine space. And so I'm here today to really encourage you guys. I walked around and I saw a lot of the presentations, and I don't know you, but I'm already proud because I see the passion. I heard some of the pitch already, and I'm like, wow, I wish I had what you guys had at your age. Because I know I'll be even further along if I was where you are right now. And so I am thankful for this organization, not for just inviting me, for just existing, because I did not have this when I was in high school or college or even in my 20s. I didn't have this. I had to kind of figure it out, and I'm glad I did, because I am really living my dreams, and I'm excited about my dreams, and I'm just really thankful for the opportunity to share my dreams. And so Cuvée Concierge is not going away, but we're going to expand to having a tasting room for people to experience wine on a whole new level. And I'm just excited to say that I'm born and raised in I hate to say the ghettos, but the rough areas of Detroit, Michigan, and I'm here in the third biggest city in America owning my own wine company, and I'm proud to say that it was just really just God's goodness and just tenacity and boldness. So thank you guys for having me today. I really hope that something I said today could inspire the future entrepreneurs of the world. So I don't know who to pass it to next, but yeah, I appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Let's get this back. Thank you, Mr. Hightower, for sharing your journey and an inspiring message with us. I know that my fellow young entrepreneurs and I will take your words to heart. Let's give him another round of applause, everyone. Chances are, since you're here tonight, you probably don't need me to tell you the importance of entrepreneurship mindset. This mindset is important to the success of our economy, our communities, and most of all, our young people like me, helping us recognize opportunities when faced with obstacles. This mindset is sparked in us with our nifty teachers and places us on a broad path for discovery and achievements, causing a ripple effect that passes through everyone. So entrepreneurs, I want you all to give it up for yourself and to be here. So guys, guys, whatever path brought you here today, I want you to know that you have the power to transform the lives of young people through entrepreneurship, whether that is voluntary or donating, and fearing the future, or even being a judge. So thank you, judges, for being here today. And with that, I'd like to give this event generous supporters. And some of our supporters here today is EY, Ingram, and Salam, the SID Foundation, PayPal, Send Headers, and Shopify, with the support of HBK. Thank you all for making this possible. I also want to thank the NFTE teachers and school partner business coaches, classroom volunteers, judges, family, and friends and families that provide support, achieve, and encourage words for these young entrepreneurs. I remember the support I received through my NFTE Entrepreneurship experience that helped me get to where I am today. So I want you all to know that we are all proud of you. The same support to these young entrepreneurs does not go unnoticed. And finally, this event and all would not be all possible without the commitment and guidance and support from the members of the Midwest Advocacy Board. To whom you'll find listed in the program, board members you can see, please stand up and recognize yourself. Anyone who's interested in volunteering with NFTE, there are other people to talk to. Please join me in thanking all of those here for invaluable times and contributions to our NFTE community. So thank you all for being here. And if anyone wants to talk to them, please speak to these wonderful people. Even after more than 3 decades of dedication of young people in the unrepresented communities, NFTE remains committed to supporting students and teachers to continue giving them the level of support they need and deserve. You can scan the QR code on the screen or visit nifty.com/give. As a representative of our future entrepreneurs sitting near you and those in the classrooms in the 20th century around the world, I can say for certain that no amount of time or money is too small. Today is the circumstances of long hours of hard work. Finalists, I have walked in the same path as you all, so I know the feeling. I know how hard work you have put into this. No one knows their business better than you. Trust me. So when you get up here, I want you all just to remember, no one knows your business like you. Everyone here, remember the greatness is not all about winning. Sometimes we learn and succeed, but most we don't win. Challenges spark, and you never know what tomorrow will hold. So no matter what the outcome of the competition, be proud of what you have done and enjoy the applause, congratulations of being here. So let's get to the good stuff. To judge the challenge, we have an esteemed panel of experts who have volunteered their time. Please help me welcome Autumn Harmony from NFTE Alumni 2020 and founder of Express Yourself Studio. We have Tim Liston, Corporate Responsibility Leader at EY. Leah Porto, Vice President and General Manager of Food and Industrial Ingredients in U.S. and Canada. We have Dave Richards, Manager of Salam Chicago. And we have Renita Young, host of the Rap and Senior Market at Swim Web Network in Chicago. I'm sorry. Judges, thank you so much for sharing your time and expertise. We have every confidence that our finalists will truly impress you, and we do not envy your job at all. Now for the rules. Each presenter has 7 minutes to present their pitch to the judges. Our timer will show a green card when there are 5 minutes and a yellow card when there is 1 minute remaining. If time expires before they finish, a red card will be shown and a bell tone will be rung. After each presenter, the judge has 3 minutes to ask questions. Again, and a yellow card will be shown when there is 1 minute, and a red card when there is, and a red writing bell when there will be rung when time is up. When we provide times between presenters for our judges to record their scores. Additionally, our third place winner today for competition will leave with $500, while our second place winner will receive $1,000 and our first place winner will take home $1,500. All right, let's start your challenge. To present his business from TY Tech Repairs, please welcome Tyron Barber from Memorial High School in Blueton, Michigan.
Hello, my name is Tyron Barber, and I'm with Ty's Tech Repair. Our slogan is to help us create a more tech-savvy future by letting us teach on repairing your devices. Have you ever needed a tech repair done and found that the final bill left your jaw on the floor? Well, I plan to solve that problem and 2 others. Clicker isn't working. According to UNICEF.org, teens are unable to get the education they would like at the age that they would like it at. I myself experienced this problem in my sophomore year of high school when I ran out of courses to take at Memorial High School. I attempted to look for internships and other further education opportunities and was unable to find any that satisfied my needs. There is a large need for technicians in the industry. Currently, there are 250 million personal computers shipped around the world every year, and there are fewer tech graduates than there are technicians graduating with tech degrees in the industry currently. Next slide. That is why I plan to host a low-cost tech repair shop where we will be hiring a majority students to work alongside technicians and learn tech repair as high school age students. There will be a 2-year system where our first years are learning the terminology and doing the bookwork and actually learning. And the second years, our apprentices will be hands-on assisting in the repairs. We plan to focus on teaching these students and not actually making profit off of any of our repairs. We plan to work within school districts and within community-based organizations for not only funding, but also recruiting. As a 501c3 nonprofit, we will be applying for grants and accepting donations for funding. And we will be offering our students a industry-level certification. I actually gained the certification myself as a sophomore in high school. Next slide. It is a win-win, not only for the students, but also for the people coming in to have their devices repaired. The students will be not only learning job applicable skills and earning some money while doing so, but the people coming in will be getting their devices repaired at a cheaper cost, and also they will be helping contribute to the education of these students. There is a large lack of programs and opportunities for students willing to learn tech repair either in high school or after high school. Next slide. Mainly our target market is the students we'll be teaching and the organizations that we will be helping. They're not only the organizations that will be helping repair the devices in, but also the schools and the just the community, the customers that we'll be repairing the devices of. Next slide. I plan to market using building connections, a handshake and conversation. We will not only have membership within community organizations such as the Rotary, Chamber of Commerce, CBC, and NAACP to recruit and repair the devices of people within these organizations, but we will also work within these schools as the teacher shortage continues to drop. We will be sort of not only working alongside these teachers, but also hoping to replace some. And we, as a 501c3 nonprofit, as I stated earlier, we will be applying for grants One grant that I was already looking at is the Career and Technical Education Incentive Grant. This grant will be the gateway into the school districts, kind of giving them the okay to help us, to let us help their students. Our main competition is schools, kind of like the internship that I was a part of. But the problem with schools when it comes to teaching students tech repair is they're very limited in the problems that they offer. I myself was stuck repairing printers and smartboards for my half a year I was an intern. And other tech shops that offer internships or apprenticeships usually are focused on the profit from the repairs and not actually teaching the students. So they'd be charging closer to a 50 to 55% markup on all parts, whereas a 501c3 nonprofit focused on education, we could offer somewhere in the 20 to 30 range in comparison. I am qualified due to my CompTI certification, as offered earlier, which is the certification we will be offering our students. I was an unpaid intern. I have first-hand experience with the problem that I plan to solve. I have a 3.8 GPA, and I'm currently taking an entrepreneurial class in high school. Next slide. For my cost structure, our basic repair would be a replacement of a damaged CPU at a selling price of $180 and a total cost of $137, only including the labor and the part. It would be a contribution margin of $42.58, meaning that we would have to sell roughly 151 units monthly to break even. But keep in mind that that is a very basic repair, and the cost of repairs varies greatly depending on what you need done. Next slide. Currently, this is just a plan. I plan to finish my degree to better help the youth learn tech repair, work within our school currently with at least 100 students willing to learn tech repair yearly, and expand our facilities if needed. And we plan to garner $50,000 to start this foundation in actuality. Next one. That is all. Thank you for your time. I'm Ty with Ty Tech Repair.
Ty, that was a great presentation, thank you. What is the range of tech repair services you'll provide? You mentioned CPU replacement. Is it broader than that?
Currently, we're just looking at hardware and software for desktop devices, like the internals of a computer or like virus repairs. But I eventually plan to expand to tablets, laptops, phones, maybe TVs, watches, stuff like that.
Hey Ty, great job. You kept your composure when the clicker wasn't working, which I know you had it all planned out in your head, and you just rolled with it and you got yourself back. My question to you is the 501c3 versus the business model. Is the idea that you would charge the for-profit rate while also getting donations for the 501c3 organization itself?
Well, on my competition slide, I listed that the for-profit rate is usually around 50 to 55% markup on parts, and the plan was to drop that to around 20 to 30% since we were a nonprofit and it would be students repairing devices rather than a certified technician.
Hi, you did a great job. My question to you is, how can you reach out to the target market of teens and young adults as far as the technology wise, because it seems very intricate and some people might not understand fully what you're trying to sell them. So how can you break that down into the simplest terms for, younger kids or people who don't know, the difference between like the really difficult technology?
Well, I plan to work within school districts kind of like my own, where there are already tech courses in place, but they just aren't really enough for the teens to continue their education past high school. Like when I finished all my tech courses in my high school, I looked for an internship and there just wasn't really any opportunities. So it'd kind of be more students who are already interested in learning tech repair who just don't have the opportunities to.
Great job, Ty. I think this actually solves another problem as well. The trade school interest had been going down, but there's a need for more people to be able to get certifications in specialized trades. Is there something else interesting about that? I see you shaking your head that you learned during this process, just about the necessity for more trades.
Not particularly. I did learn that there is a large gap when it comes to during high school and post-high school education for things that aren't, I don't know the word, like mainstream, I guess. Anything that's kind of like on the afterburner, there's not really anything out there for students like me to kind of get that education. So that's kind of why I wanted to start this.
Thank you, Ty. That was lovely. So now presenting our second finalist, please present Dig Plan please welcome Dig Plan Ariana Taker from Thornridge High School right here in Chicago.
Can you all do me a favor? If the following statement applies to you, please raise your hand. I have procrastinated at least once in my lifetime. Right, okay. I have procrastinated at least 10 times in my lifetime. Yeah. Well, if you're anything like me, you raise your hand both times, and if I continue to raise the number, you would continue to raise your hand. Well, in my particular age range, school is where students procrastinate the most. School is where students procrastinate the most. School is no longer fun because students are constantly distracted, discouraged, and are chronically procrastinating. Now, what if I told you that I came up with a solution that could solve all of these issues? My name is Ariana Whitaker, I'm 15 years old, and this is DigiPlan, where your knowledge can soar. A personalized schedule, tips and tricks on how to start an assignment, and we track your progress. We also give you incentives when completing an assignment. And lastly, as a second feature, we lock down any apps that you may be overusing in our non-educational. Now, there are 3 ways to log into DigiPlan. The first way is as a parent or guardian, the second is as a student, and the third way is as a teacher. From there, DigiPlan will link with your LMS, Learning Management System program, such as Google Classroom or Canvas, and then you will be given a personalized schedule on when to do something and at what particular time. Now, looking at our second feature of screen time, it will link with your screen time, and if you have any type of, let's say, app that you're overusing, for example, let's say TikTok, you use TikTok for 5+ hours a day when an assignment is due, DigiPlan will ask if you'd like to shut the app down for the time being. Once you complete that assignment, you will then be able to open the app and you will be given points towards a reward, which will most likely be a gift card. Now, my target market, I'm currently looking for high school to college students of no particular religion, gender, race, etc. However, they must be living within the United States and have access to technology or the internet. We're looking for students that are dedicated to their education and are ready to adapt to self-discipline and organization. Now, we also, for low to medium income students, want to give a free 1-month free trial because we know it will be more difficult for them to purchase the app. But for medium to high income students, we still have a 1-month free trial, but we think it would be easier for them to be able to purchase the app later on. Now, to calculate my target market size, I took the total population of high school and college students in the United States, which was around 39 million. And of those 39 million, only 24 million actually use technology within school. From there, I conducted a survey, and 95% of the participants said that they would download the app, which left me with a market size of 23 million. Now, to successfully market DigiPlan, I want to have ads in Google and YouTube that are catered towards parents, teachers, and students that help with their time management skills in the context of their education. We also have a goal of having at least 500+ new app visitors a month. We want to give discounts and bonuses to people who refer a peer, and of those referrals, we would like at least 50% to become new app members. Now, to retain all of these customers, we will constantly be looking at feedback to improve the app. And we can all relate to downloading an app and never using it again. So we want to have at least 90% of our users to actively be using the app. Now, looking at my competitive analysis, there are plenty of apps within the education industry, but two worthy opponents are Evernote and My Homework School Planner. But when comparing it to DigiPlan, I think that they fall short. With subscriptions as high as $14.99 a month and tedious processes such as creating your whole schedule yourself, I think that DigiPlan is the obvious way to go. We provide a personalized schedule which keeps you on track, and we track your progress and look for any advice and tips that we can give you. We also give rewards for completing an assignment. And then we have a fairly low subscription price of $3.99 a month, and again mentioning that 1 month free trial just in case the app isn't for you or it's not benefiting you. Now, what are my 4.77 weighted GPA, and I'm currently ranked number 1 in my sophomore class. I completed a NFTE Entrepreneurship course. I was a Mathlete State finalist. I'm a student ambassador. I took an AP class as a freshman. I have honors and dual credit classes. I am also taking a 1-year advanced math course. I'm organized, determined, and I really enjoy challenges. So this proves that I know what it's like to balance a whole lot of activities, but also having chronic procrastination. Now, looking at my cost structure, my definition of 1 unit is 1 DigiPlan app with a 1 month free trial and a monthly purchase. My selling price is $3.99 a month, and my cost of services sold is 45 cents, which makes my contribution margin $3.54. Now, in order to break even each month, I would need to sell at least 73 units or get 73 downloads a month. Finally, looking at my plans for growth. I'm currently speaking with any students I can on recommendations for the app, and I'm trying to identify any revenue streams, such as since I work with high school and college students, I get a lot of data on procrastination. And that means that I can maybe sell this data to data marketing agencies with a student's permission. I also have a personal goal of having at least 50% of my school to download the app by my senior year. And I just finished my sophomore year, so that gives me a little under 2 years to get this goal completed. Now, opportunities to improve my app. I am currently talking with 2016 NFTE National Champions, Tokeeb and Jesus. They're Thornwood alumni and are currently engineers, which means they can give me any advice on how to start up my app and also on how to improve it. And lastly, as philanthropy, I want to donate at least 2% of my profits to any mental health organizations that are catered towards high school and college students. My name is Ariana Whitaker, and this is DigiPlan, where your knowledge can soar.
Okay, judges, I will give you 5 minutes for questions.
Ariana, great presentation. I have a question for you regarding the market. You have a huge market, 24 million people.
Yeah.
Did you think about focus, starting smaller, where to have the initial work of your company in terms of this market?
So for right now, I'm thinking to start small because I think that 24 million in the education industry is actually not that big. But as of right now, I want to start small, and then as the business gets bigger, I want to expand past the US and maybe get translators to work in different countries. But for right now, I think that it'll be easier to target like Illinois students. But if that's still, I can still get more Florida, like kids who work in Florida and things like that.
Thank you.
Wow. You said your pricing at $3.99. Your competitors, I think you said, are $15.99 a month.
Around that, yeah.
Have you thought about maybe closing that gap a little bit and earning more profit?
I mean, see, since I have a lot of additional revenue streams, like selling the data and all that, I think that I'm okay right now, especially since I'm starting small. And as a low-income student myself, I really want to target low-income students. I feel like $3.99 is good for getting them their resources for the rewards, but also tangible for them to actually be able to pay each month. So I should keep it at $3.99, but maybe when I expand further to different countries, it might rise just a bit.
Yeah, I would say that was just a fantastic presentation. I had a similar question, but more so around some of the cost structures. You were talking about selling the data, right? Did you think about what that would take from an analytics and staffing perspective, and also thinking about some of the sales? Can you talk a little bit about what your staff looks like and how you break out that revenue?
Well, for right now, it's just me as my staff, but I think that once I can sell all of this data, it can also help other students that are facing procrastination, because I know that I'm not the only one. And maybe if I can get more people on my team that actually work in statistics, they'll be able to make more awareness on this issue and possibly create new ideas for new students and anyone else. Yes.
Serious question. Do you think about creating an adult version?
Yes, that's also part of the expanding. I'm thinking that maybe I can go past just schools, and I can go towards maybe people who work in the workforce or anything else, if I can get in contact with teachers and bosses and all of those things.
An excellent job, Mike.
Thank you.
Judges, take a moment to finish recording your thoughts, please. Now for our third finalist. Presenting her business plan for Lights On, please welcome Rahaf from the St. Louis Center in St. Louis, Missouri.
Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Rahi Pachpai, and I'm the CEO and founder of Lights On, fit for everybody, tailored to you, and we are found at these social medias. So 1 in 4 U.S. residents who experience at least one type of disability don't have enough adaptive apparel options, and there are 2.1 million people in the United States living with limb loss, and there are 185,000 people that have an amputation each year in the United States. During an interview with Women's Health, Scout Bassett, who is an American track and field Paralympian, says, "I have a teammate who's a high arm amputee. For example, she'll wear long sleeve shirts in the summer because she can tuck the sleeve on the inside and the arm isn't left dangling like it would be in a short sleeve shirt. This shows that the adaptive apparel market truly needs Lights On." So my business caters to people with all types of disabilities who struggle to continue what they had been doing after they got an amputation, and people who also struggle with their normal everyday activities. We use newer types of artificial intelligence and 3D printing to create customized athletic wear and prosthetic limbs, and we also run marketing campaigns to help build awareness for people with disabilities. We help all kinds of people find athletic wear that suits all of their needs, and we also help people that have any type of disability. So you might be wondering, what makes us special? Well, we use 3D scanners that will soon be able to better understand and analyze and create better fitting prosthetics. By using personalized digital scans and 3D printing, the cost of a prosthesis can be lowered by 50 to 90%, which is a lot. And I'm also currently learning about 3D printing. So how does Lights On work? First, our customer will download the Lights On app, and they will open the AI scanner, by which they will make a scan of their body. Then, using that data, our analyzers will make the models for the prosthetics and clothing, and then we will send those to the customer. If the customer approves, then we will send it forward to our team, and they will make the products, and then once that's done, we will send it off to our customers. So our target market is people with disabilities, people with aplasia, which is a disorder that affects the way your tissues grow and develop, people with birth defects, people with low incomes, and athletes. And for demographics, we want to start locally, then expand to the US, and then India, and then worldwide. And with the conflicts going on in the Middle East and Asia, there's a true need for Lights On. And for psychographics, we target people who are fashion conscious, people who are competitive athletes, and people who are very fitness focused. We also target people who look for affordable and fashionable athletic wear and people who need adaptive clothing and prosthetics. And so according to Stanford University in the United States, more than 3.5 million people suffer from sports injuries, and growing children outgrow their prosthetics every 12 to 14 months. And on that graph, as you can see there, the adaptive clothing market is going to grow to 5.67 billion people by 2028, and 507 people lose a limb each day. So to maintain minimal marketing costs, I will leverage the following strategies. We will collaborate with the Special Olympics and Paralympics to raise awareness and build empathy. We will make social media posts by spreading the word through our customer success stories, and we will also pair with a company called Curatable, founded by Stephanie Thomas, who is a congenital amputee. Her company specializes in styling people with disabilities, so she will use our clothing and style her clients. We will also open a rewards program such as 15% off your third order and 25% off your fifth order, and we will also focus on building and maintaining relationships with our customers and their families. For key metrics, we want to participate in at least 2 Special Olympic or Paralympic events each month, and we want to make 50 purchases per month. We would also like 75% of our customers to recommend Lights On to a friend. So a typical cost of a prosthesis is $20,000 to $80,000, but by using our 360 scanner and our 3D printing, the cost will be lowered to a whopping $5,000. So Lights On was compared to 3 other brands: Tommy Hilfiger Adaptive Clothing, Easy Access Clothing, and Hangar Clinic. So Lights On has a variety of clothing styles. We do make prosthetic products, and we have a lot of ways that our clothing is adaptable. Tommy Hilfiger Adaptive Clothing does not make a lot of types of clothing. They don't make prosthetics, and their products are only adaptive in a few ways. Easy Access Clothing makes about 3 types of clothes. They don't make prosthetic products, and their clothes are actually a little bit harder to get in. Some customers have said that their clothes are not truly adaptive. Hangar Clinic does not make clothing at all. They only make prosthetics, but they have a very lengthy fitting process because it has to be done manually. So what makes a 15-year-old girl qualified to own a business? I'm currently working a STEM job at the St. Louis Science Center. I'm very, very passionate about helping people. I'm currently taking an entrepreneurship course, and I've won many entrepreneurship awards. I have a 4.0 unweighted GPA. I've won multiple entrepreneurship awards. I'm trilingual. I have family all around the world, specifically in America and India. I'm an award-winning, accomplished athlete. I have excellent people skills. I love fashion. I have a passion for helping those with disabilities, and I've taken part in and won many business competitions and programs. So approximately 1.7 million people in the United States use prosthetics, and 70% of those are below-the-knee prosthetics. So a definition of one unit will be 1 pair of prosthetic pants and 1 prosthetic. So the selling price for that will be $5,010, with the total cost of goods and services being $1,531. And the contribution margin for that will be $3,478. And to break even, we will need to sell 6 prosthetic pants and 6 adaptive pants and 6 prosthetics per month. So for now, I want to focus on creating partnerships with other companies and people. I want to learn how to 3D print better, and I want to have 5 employees working for Lights On. I would also like to take more coding and entrepreneurship classes. For growth, I want to expand the product line by adding wheelchairs over time, and I would also like to branch out to India and then go worldwide. And for philanthropy, I plan to keep Lights On a nonprofit business, continue donating 10% of all sales to inclusive organizations, and start funding adaptive clothing research. Again, my name is Rahi Pachpai, and I'm the CEO and founder of Lights On. Thank you for your time.
Okay, judges, I'll give you 5 minutes for questions. 3 minutes this time. Sorry, I apologize.
Great job, great energy. I could tell you were very passionate about it. And you said in there you love helping people, which you clearly do. But what was the spark? You used that Paralympian quote at the beginning, which was great. What was the initial spark where you said, this is a problem that I specifically want to solve?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
What was the spark when you first realized, like, this is what I want my business to be, this is how I want to help people?
So I've seen firsthand how people struggle with affording the cost of prosthetics, the surgeries, the bills, and I've seen people getting evicted out of their homes and living on the streets. And I also watched a movie when I was younger, and that really inspired me to want to start this. And the quote in the beginning about the Paralympian, so Scout Bassett is an American track and field Paralympian. She's collaborated with many other businesses that haven't been very successful. And she's just proven that even like if the Paralympians really need clothing, then I think Lights On would be a good business to start.
I want to say great job. You are truly passionate for it, and it really shows. My question to you is, seeing that, they go through hospital bills and everything like that, how can your business and your products sustain their cost range? Because, it costs a lot to, have a prosthetic and go through that whole process. So how is that going to work?
So our cost is about 40% less than a normal prosthetic. So that already immediately makes us a lot more affordable. And people can also pay for our prosthetics through insurance. And could you repeat your question again?
Basically, how can people, different payment methods, payment plans, as far as paying for this prosthetic and all the clothing and all of that, how can one go about doing so?
Yeah, so there's insurance, and Lights On is a fully online business. We use an app, so all payments will be made through there. You can use PayPal, you can use your banks, you can use your cards, any of that works.
Excellent job. Curious to know, where do you source your materials from? Will you be partnering with people here in the U.S., abroad, where?
Yeah, so I have a part-time job at the St. Louis Science Center, and there are many 3D printers which I can use to start my business, and our materials will be ordered from various 3D printing websites.
Thank you.
Okay, judges, I'll give you one more minute to wrap up and jotting down everything you need. At this time, I'd like to ask the judges to collect their things so they can head out to deliberate and determine who our winner will be. And let's give one round of applause to all of our student presenters. I'll now like to introduce the lead program associate for the NFTE Midwest and the NFTE teacher from the St. Louis Science Center in Missouri, Lauren Patrick.
Good evening. It is nice to meet you. I am Lauren Patrick. And I wanted to say I am really excited to get to introduce and help to lead the next portion of our program, our fast pitch competition. I have the pleasure of working with these young people. We serve in the Midwest almost 6,000 students. And these students that you're about to see, in addition to our final round 3, these students have also placed in the top 6 in the entire region. And they have, yes, let's give them a round of applause, please. That's a phenomenal thing to do. Imagine out of about 6,000 students being in the top 6. We always tell them that is no small achievement there. In addition to competing in tonight's fast pitch competition, these young people will also be representing us at the national level in New York City. Let's give that a round of applause. I am pleased to bring these young people up as we prepare for our fast pitch competition. First up, we have all the way from St. Louis, Missouri, the St. Louis Science Center, CEO and founder of Natural, Sayana Scott. Next up, we're going to Cleveland. All the way from Cleveland Remote High School, we have the CEO and founder of Singleton School of Etiquette and Manners, Ayana Singleton. Next up, we're bringing it back here to Chicago. From Thornwood High School, we have the CEO and founder of Black Women's Support, Jalen Metcalf. Now I have an important job for you all to do. You all will actually be our voters for this evening. These young people are going to do what we call the 90-second fast pitch competition. They will have 90 seconds to wow you with their sales pitch. We chose this as an elevator pitch because we wanted to feel like you're an investor in the elevator with them, and as quickly as possible, they have to sell you on their business. So the way that this will work is we will start with Sayana, and we'll move our way down. And these young people will have 90 seconds or less to tell you all about their business. In the back of your mind, you want to be thinking about which of these would you invest in if you had the money. The way that it'll work is you'll of course applaud for all of our young entrepreneurs, but you want to applaud the loudest for the student that you thought did the best job. Tonight they will be awarded for the winner of the fast pitch competition $250, and both runner-ups will also get $100 each. We will now begin the competition. We will start in St. Louis, Missouri with Sayana Scott. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Did you know that plastic products take around 500 years to decompose? Along with that, around 600 cosmetic manufacturers use more than 80 chemicals in most of their products. Well, I knew this. As a member of Gen Z, I can speak for all of us when I say that we are more conscious of how the products that we use every day affect our bodies and the environment. This is where my business steps in. At my business, Naturals, you don't have to worry about the risks of all the damages that can be done to you or the environment, because all of our products and everything that we sell are natural, eco-friendly, and biodegradable. Our main products are our natural samples kits, where customers can customize any cosmetic products, hygiene products, cleaning products, you name it, you can customize it into a kit with any products that you love or any products that you would like to try. Along with that, we also offer youth sustainability workshops, and in our store, we have licensed cosmetologists and dietitians to assist our customers with any needs that they have. Once again, my name is Sayana. I'm so sorry. So for our marketing plan, we post on our social media, and we also are at many pop-up shops and showcases in the community where we hand out our business cards and samples of products that are in our kits. Once again, my name is Sayana Scott, and I am the CEO and founder of Naturals, where we are the better way. Thank you.
Yay. Awesome job, Sayana. We now have from Cleveland, Ayana Singleton. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Good evening. My name is Ayana Singleton, founder and CEO of SSEM, Singleton School of Etiquette and Manners. I will be teaching young toddlers 4 to 5 with special needs etiquette and manners. This is due to young toddlers with special needs having trouble time picking up on social cues that are expected in the society. Parents plan to pay me $65 to teach them teach the toddlers social skills, proper tone, and table manners. I will be based in Cleveland, Ohio. I'll be based in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. Due to the kids having in the summer, I will be getting a certificate at DCPU to get my certificate in special education to work with intellectual disabilities. And during the future, I'll plan to get my degree in special education. And this will be able to help me teach the toddlers with special needs.
Yay, let's give a round of applause for Ayana Singleton. Last but not least, from Chicago, we have Jalen Metcalf. Let's give him a warm welcome.
I'm Jalen Metcalf, founder of Black Women Support. I grew up with strong female and women figures all in my life, all around me. I had cousins, to mothers, to aunties, to sisters, and etc. Imagine if someone you love went missing, and the whole world carried on as if no one cared. Here at Black Women Support, our mission is to prevent the trafficking of black women. For every one white woman, 18 black women go missing in trafficking in the Chicagoland area. I feel like this is personally unacceptable. At Black Women Support, our app provides access to resources about human trafficking. Also, it gives you real-time alerts. It lets you know something like Amber Alerts, but a little more in-depth. And it's also helpful for when you travel and you need to know the area and you want to feel safe just going outside and being able to enjoy your life. At Black Women Support, we also offer a report and rescue. If you feel like something's wrong, you report it. We're going to collaborate with law enforcement to help make a change and prevent trafficking all around the world. I'm Jalen Metcalf, and this is Black Women Support.
Okay, so I know the choice isn't easy, but we're going to begin the voting process. I will say each competitor's name, and remember, we're going to applaud for all of our young people because they all did an amazing job, but you will applaud the loudest for the one that you're casting your vote for. On the line today, we have $250 Visa card for the student that is our winner, and each runner-up will receive a $100 Visa gift cards each. We will now begin the voting. If we can get a round of applause for Sayana Scott. Next up, our next competitor is Ayana Singleton. If we could get a round of applause for her. Last but not least, our next competitor is Jalen Metcalf. And based on the people's choice, I would like to award, let's give a round of applause to Jalen Metcalf.
Thank you.
I would like to say congratulations to you all, and that now concludes our fast pitch competition. Let's give them another round of applause. We would like to say congratulations to all of our fast pitch competitors. They all did very amazing, and we look forward to seeing them compete in New York City at the national competition in the fall. I would now like to welcome to the stage Dr. Scott Nassiter, the Executive Director of the NFTE Midwest region.
Good evening, everybody. Lauren, thank you so much. How's everyone feeling? All right? All right, well, first and foremost, can we give a big hand and amount of love to our young entrepreneurs that took the stage today? It is not easy what you do to come on here and present, whether it's 7 minutes, whether it's the fast pitch. We're just so proud of all of our youth that have gone through this experience, and of course tonight, having you represented here is really special to us. So thank you so much, and a big shout out to you. This is a great opportunity of the night where we really kind of shower our community with love, and it's a large community, vast community of supporters and individuals that support our work. I really want to raise up, once again, our students that have gone through a year-long immersive experience, that have gone from ideation to business plan completion, and making it here and all across the country. Could we give another hand to our amazing students? Thank you for that. And our students wouldn't be here without our incredible NFTE educators, ambassadors that are making our curriculum come to life in the classroom. So we here for our educators in the NFTE Midwest community. Another significant element for us is our NFTE staff. We have our events team, Suze Paul. We have a national team that's actually here tonight. Of course, our NFTE Midwest team, Lauren Patrick, DeAndre Allen, Tiana Schlabman. We are all here representing. Can we give a hand and some love to our NFTE staff? What about our parents, our brothers, sisters, cousins? Our community is also really vast in the sense of support. So we hear for the parents, the guardians, sisters, brothers, cousins that have made it here to support their students at this event. And last but certainly not least, we are at a mission. We have a mission within our community, and that's to bridge the divide, the economic divide that is really vast. And we all feel it in the day-to-day, and we see it in the day-to-day. Our program right now is really, really focused on not just the curriculum and the experience that you're seeing, but our volunteers make up a huge, huge, powerful element to what we do. And that's providing coaching, being judges, all spectrum of different opportunities and supports. So this is really an important time for us, and what I think is kind of really puts things together. Our students who sometimes at times feel essentially disconnected, we have our volunteers and our supporters that bring them into the community. Economic mobility is what we talk about on a regular basis within our organization. And we can't build that bridge to the economy without the support of our community. So can we hear it for our volunteers and everyone that's represented? And with that, I want to honor two really distinct individuals that have supported us on the volunteer side of the fence. And we have every year, we have our individual volunteer of the year and our corporate volunteer of the year. And this is just a special moment to really, once again, give honor, the sweat equity, if you will, that's gone in to support our community and our students. And so I do want to raise up our individual volunteer of the year, which is Laura Klein, which is sitting right in front of me. Let's hear it for Laura. So Laura, it has been a tremendous opportunity working with you. I could say, our EY Connect days kind of started along those lines. We would work together and bringing our students into the EY office, and that was a great way catapulting our relationship. But really what I want to honor with Laura is taking that next step. Not just that once a year, twice a year. Laura has taken that next step to say, what more can I do for the community? What more can I do for the students within NFTE? And so I really want to raise up another element with Laura. We had, with COVID, we had a lot of virtual volunteerism and a lot of, pieces that need to be put in place because of that. And so we're still kind of, patching that up, if you will. And Laura took the step at the end of the year to say, let's not do this virtually. We're having some issues with our tech infrastructure at one of our schools. She said, why don't we come into the schools and provide coaching and support? And so that was a really special moment, Laura, of like going above and beyond. And of course, the digital divide is real. And so taking that next step to work with our students in person was really special to us. And those are the types of things that we really appreciate in our community and what gives you this incredible award. So Laura, I would love to invite you up here to accept the Individual Volunteer of the Year award. Come on up to the stage.
All right, I have some words that I prepared, and I left my printout sitting on my counter, which is totally typical. So thank you, Scott, and everyone at NFTE. When I received the call from Scott that I was going to be getting this award, I was working out of town in a particularly stressful situation that not many other people can really relate to. But as soon as I got the call, my heart just overflowed, and the smile couldn't have been wider on my face. And I've just been so grateful for the opportunities that I've had over the last 2 years to volunteer with NFTE. So I first and foremost just want to thank everyone at NFTE who has personally welcomed me and challenged me and encouraged me to do more and be more and to take what I started with and grow it, even if it's just a little bit year over year. The bigger it gets, the more people it can impact. I especially want to thank Pramit. He was the person who gave me the opportunity and invited me to be this relationship manager with NFTE, and it was really special to me because it was at a time where in my life where things had started to open up a little bit. I had more than just a few minutes to give, after getting my kids through their younger, harder years and getting into a more flexible spot in my career. So it was the perfect time to do that. And I also want to thank my husband, of course, who is always supporting me by taking care of our kids on nights like this when I can come down here and do these events. So thank you to all the parents and others out there that help make it all work. Little did I know, though, when I accepted this, I wasn't honestly really sure what I was going to get myself into. But it has turned out to be one of the most fantastic and rewarding experiences of my life. Getting to see how brilliant and fierce Chicago's young people can be with just a little bit of education and a little bit of encouragement it just means the world to me. And while I didn't grow up in Chicago, I moved here in 2010 from St. Louis, so it's really great for me to see the connections to St. Louis as well, because that's my hometown, that's where I was raised. But seeing the ideas and the passion and the struggle that these kids bring to the forefront here has given me appreciation of what they experienced growing up here. It's just a taste of it, but it still makes me feel somehow connected to them and their communities. The investment that EY and Slalom and Ingredion and all the other supporters of NFTE are making into Chicago's next generation is a compelling one that I really hope continues to grow. I want to wrap this up with just some messaging for the students. I am so blessed to be part of your NFTE journey, whether it's through hosting you at our EY offices, whether it's judging your pitches, whether it's coming to your schools, whatever it is, it's been an absolute blessing to me and to bear witness to the power that you all have as young people. Thank you for being so courageous and passionate, even when success is not guaranteed and may even seem impossible. Don't lose that fire that you all brought tonight. Hang on to it. Help it grow bigger and stronger, even when life sets you back. You can do hard things when you put your mind to it. Where you're from and how you grow up is part of you, but doesn't define where you can and can't go in life. If you ever think to yourself that you just shouldn't try to do something hard because you'll probably fail, try it anyway. Give it your all. You're already prepared for what happens if it doesn't work out. Start to prepare yourself for what happens if you succeed. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Laura Klein. Laura Klein. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Laura, and appreciate once again all your efforts and passion for our community. It shows. Thank you. With that, I'm going to pivot to actually our corporate volunteer organization of the year. And just keep in mind, we are a national organization, so in October we'll be going to New York. You're obviously hearing our kiddos get really excited about that. But our volunteers will actually be our nominees that will go on to New York as well. So Laura, we're going to see you in New York, and especially our next corporation will also see you as well, which is Byline Bank. So let's hear it for Byline Bank. When I talked earlier, I might have not sold this as hard as I want. We, like we mentioned, we have this amazing program, and you're seeing obviously the results. But what goes into the day-to-day of connecting our youth to the economy is so crucial and important. And Byline Bank is a really, really strong contributor for us. We have an Emerging Entrepreneurs Program, which is an opportunity to provide intensive coaching, feedback, and support. And Byline Bank, year after year, has stepped up and supported this endeavor. It's been really crucial for our students. I would say a lot of our youth that have made it through the program, a big anchor for that has been that volunteer program and an intensive model that we've enacted here in the community. And Byline just above and beyond, not just the emerging entrepreneurs, but whenever we need judges, whenever we need any type of support, which happens quite often, especially as we're growing as a region, Byline has stepped up. So I want to just credit Byline for the support. And I know Lori Kahn is here. Lori's going to be accepting the award. Lori, will you come to the stage? Let's hear it for Lori Kahn from Byline.
Thank you. Can I say a few words? Yeah, please. Hi, my name is Lori Cohn. I'm accepting this award on behalf of Byline Bank. I can tell you that Byline values everything that NFTE does. I look around, I see the passion, the excitement, the enthusiasm, and the skills that the young people bring. I was talking with someone else here about the fact that we would have loved something like this when we were younger, and we didn't have it. And so to all of you who have had the opportunity, to all of the teachers who have encouraged these young people to make it to this level and have encouraged all of those at various points along the way, thank you. Byline believes in entrepreneurship. We see ourselves as an entrepreneurial institution. There are many sponsors here that are significantly larger than our approximately $9 billion bank, but to see the growth that we foster internally and to see that in this new generation, the passion. And I will also just add a note from myself personally. I was an entrepreneurial management major as an undergrad in college, and I've worked for larger institutions, but the excitement for me is that there's an element of what's called intrapreneurship, where you can be someplace, not your own founded company, not your original idea, but you can still bring your passion, your energy, your ideas, and navigate that within a larger entity and be able to make a difference, because not everybody looks at how they can do things better and what ideas they bring, and have the confidence to put them and to put yourselves out there. So thank you to all of you. Everybody who has been part of this, your futures are bright. We hope to continue, and I will make one last note on behalf of Byline. I work with Jake Gross, who is head of our corporate and social responsibility area. At the bank, we call it our community reinvestment area. And it's his birthday tonight because he wanted to come here and accept himself, and he was really torn, and so was persuaded by family to celebrate his birthday with them. But I am part of that initiative as well, and I can tell you from Jake and from me and from my colleague who's here, Alex Clanton, who himself has volunteered many times throughout his years with the bank, it is one of the easiest volunteer opportunities for us to fill within the bank. When there are NFTE volunteer needs, people at our institution are supportive and excited to be part of it. So we appreciate the recognition more than I can express, but we appreciate NFTE and all that you do and all who are a part of it. So thank you very much on behalf of Byline.
Thank you, Lori. Now let's hear it for Byline again. All right, I know our judges are coming back, so we have a few other things. I will say this on the volunteer side. I want to raise up Anthony Curtis, who's our senior volunteer manager, actually our Chicagoan too, which is important to us. So if you have any interest, if you're moved by the program, please, there we go, sign up on the code. There's tons of opportunities to get connected, involved. So please reach out to Anthony, the team. Anthony does an incredible job and really appreciate all that you do. I also want to send some love, there we go, some Anthony love. I also want to give some love to some of our senior leadership that have come here today too, before we pivot as well. Our Dr. J.D. LaRock, our CEO, is actually in the audience as well. And he'll be coming up here soon. As well as Jane Walsh, our EVP, is out in the audience as well. Jane Walsh. I want to make sure we recognize some of our senior leadership that have come all the way to Chicago for this event as well. We have another special surprise, and I know we're going to get to the announcements, but we're super honored to have the co-founders of Fleet Feet here. We are trying to really integrate the entrepreneurial mindset, the entrepreneurship journey into what we do here at our event, and so we're so honored to have Dave and Lisa Zimmer come up to the stage. And where's Dave and Lisa? There they are. Can we give a hand for co-founders of Fleet Feet, Dave and Lisa Zimmer?
Music, yes. Eddie, thank you. We'll be doing that all night. My name's Dave Zimmer. This is my business partner, co-founder, Lisa Zimmer.
Hello.
We are the owners of Fleet Feet here in Chicago. How many people have ever heard of Fleet Feet before? Wow, more than I thought. That's awesome. Fantastic.
Hey, we're doing something right.
We have been the owners of Fleet Feet in Chicago for the last 28 years. We have 8 retail doors. We have an athletic training company. We had a very successful race management company for 20 years, which we sold in order to get more stores. And then we also have a small amount of real estate. And entrepreneurship has been in our blood forever. The reason you heard that music is because music marks a moment in time. It tells us where we are, where we're going, and what we feel in the moment. Music bound Lisa and I 40 years ago, which is when yes, thank you.
We were 2 years old when we
were very young, no. We were at Loyola University in Chicago. That was the early 80s, the only decade.
That, by the way, was Yaz Situation. For those of you who have never heard it, check it out. It's one of the best dance songs ever.
And we met at WLUW. You don't know where you're going to go in life. Our entrepreneurship life started at Loyola University at a college radio station. I was on air. You were?
I was a promotions manager.
And music was everything that we were doing. You can push this a little louder, Eddie.
It brought us together. Music, the soundtrack of our lives. It brought us together. It showed us a path. We started with radio, TV, film. What do we do now? We sell shoes. We're going to talk a little bit about that now and how we got from there to there. It wasn't a straight line.
Absolutely wasn't a straight line. I was on air, but I needed to get out. I was a freshman. I had 2 turntables and a microphone. I was playing house music. I was out in the community. We were dropping beats. Yeah, I had long hair. It was different colors. I mean, this is a long time ago.
We got our ears pierced at the same time.
Yeah, that is very true.
His dad wasn't very happy.
No, but we were going out and we were making community happen, and we were doing it through music. I was with some frat brothers that started the DJI company. We kicked them to the side, and then I had my girl here, and we came together as US Productions.
It was about us.
Us.
Us
It was
Productions.
just us.
The little turntable was our logo.
and we grew through music. And that's why we had Yaz playing, that's why we had Guns N' Roses playing, because we knew that we had something together. And that allowed us to be able to grow. But we left college and we thought we were going to go out into the world as entrepreneurs, and the DJ thing was happening. And Lisa, what did you do?
I worked for Hyatt International Hotels. In my sophomore year of college, I decided that I was going to leave here and go study abroad. I went to Rome, Italy. I applied for it. I got in. It was crazy. And that brought me, when I came back, it's like, okay, I'm smarter than everybody, and I know more than everybody because I've seen the world. So going back to like a retail job or something basic, I couldn't do. I wound up doing my internship with Hyatt International Hotels. I got to use my Spanish skills, I got to use my Italian skills, and I got to see the world. So corporate America was where I started.
I worked at a bank.
He worked at a bank.
I did. I worked at Citibank at the time, and it was the best education I ever had as an entrepreneur. I learned finance. I learned accounting. I learned money management. I learned how to borrow money.
And while he was that side of it, I was learning how to market. I was learning public relations. I was learning how to manage a business and how to manage people. So together we were able to explode.
We were not going to be contained by corporate America. No. We were going to go out on our own.
But wait, I still stayed in corporate America a little bit longer. I got a job at a marketing agency, and my clients were two of the biggest out there, Coca-Cola and McDonald's. So I brought a lot of what I learned through all of my experience with corporate America, whether I was on the corporate side of it or the agency side, observing how people manage, corporate culture, management skills. All of those things have followed me through this entrepreneurial journey.
And I was a 22-year-old goofball. I played baseball until I was 22 years old. I love sport. I love competition. Nothing excited me more than getting out on a baseball diamond and playing ball. And Lisa and I were now getting our first apartment together at age 22, 23 years old, right across the street from where our Southport and Roscoe store is in Lakeview. We lived there in 1987. And she was going to work at Hyatt, and I was going out to play baseball in Glenview. It was the best time of my life. But you can only play ball for so long. And I had to go and get that job at Citibank in order to pay for my life. But there was this burning desire to stay competitive. And I really, really wanted to do something that was going to put me in competition all the time. So I found this little thing called triathlon and started doing triathlon when I was 24, 25 years old.
Right before we got married.
Right before we got married, started doing triathlon. But
That's swim, bike, run.
Yeah.
For those of you who've not done a triathlon or don't know what a triathlon is.
And then I was trying to figure out how to be able to get better at this, so Lisa bought me a book.
I bought him a book by a woman named Sally Edwards, who started a company she was a triathlete herself, and she was one of the foremost speakers on heart rate training and how to improve your athletic ability through heart rate training. She also opened a business called Fleet Feet out in Sacramento. And he read the back of the book before he read the book.
That's true. Fleet Feet is a national franchise. At the time that we opened up our stores here in Chicago, there are 34 Fleet Feets across the country. Fleet Feet is now 290 stores across the country, doing over $500 million of selling running shoes, running gear to athletes that are looking to be able to cross the finish line of whatever athletic endeavor they wanted to do. But why do we go into this? Because in the back of the book, it said, if you think your community could benefit from a Fleet Feet store, call. So I called and let you know how long ago it was, because it didn't say go to a website. It didn't say social media. It didn't even have an 800 number. It had a Sacramento number. And so I called and I met my mentor, and we were talking about mentorship a couple people earlier. Mentors are key. Tom Rayner, who is my mentor, brought me into this world with Lisa. He was employee number 250 at Nike back in 1976, and he knew how to be able to talk about inspiration and how athletics can change your life.
So one of the things you mentioned, Dave, was a need. the community had a need for a good run specialty store. How did we figure that out?
Well, what we knew is that people weren't getting fit in shoes properly. And I know that sounds like a strange concept, but we had a big sign in our wall when we first started that said, "You cannot buy your running shoes by the color." Yes. For people that are running and doing half marathons, I will tell you something right now. You will not care what color your shoes are at mile 20 of a race. They're
going to be dirty, sweaty, probably bloody too.
Yeah, you want to make sure that they're comfortable. So we did something different. We married our radio, TV, film background with opening up a business, and what we did is we started recording people when they were running. We started watching people walk, watching people run, freeze-framing them when their feet are striking the ground, because everybody's foot is a little bit different. Some people have high arches, some people have flat feet, some people have very wide feet, narrow feet. Everybody's foot strike is different. You strike the ground 1,700 times per mile with 7 to 10 times your force of your body weight on top of it. During the course of a marathon, for people who have done marathons, you strike the ground approximately 44,540 times with 20 million pounds of pressure going across your feet. That's why properly fitting shoes are important. And now we do it a little bit different.
So we've transitioned from this little video camera that we would go out on the sidewalk with and sit down on the ground and watch you run, record you run, and then show it back to you on the little screen.
And Eddie, what music was playing in 1996 when we opened? Let's see. All I wanted to do was have fun. That's all we were doing. We were just having fun. When we started doing it as disc jockeys, you know what we got paid to do? Go to parties. We got paid to go to parties, and we were entrepreneurs. Now it's 1996, and we're using our radio, TV, film background. We're marrying it with this idea of competition and sport, and we're doing it differently. Nobody was doing what we were doing. All of a sudden, newspapers were knocking. Televisions were calling.
We were on the radio. We were on the TV news. We were being featured in publications. So our radio, TV, film 4-year degree at Loyola University came into play there. Dave is the master of sound bites. Most of you don't know what sound bites are. They're little clips that you can take from an interview and use over and over again. He speaks in sound bites every day.
It's so annoying. It's absolutely annoying as all get out. And you'll be seeing it at Fox 32 on Friday morning as we're talking about Global Running Day. You guys all are going to celebrate Global Running Day next week, right? Next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday.
Everybody's aware of it now, so good, excellent.
So speaking about Global Running Day, that brought us to marketing. Where did our marketing backgrounds take us? We needed to build this community. So now we have this great fit process. We have how big was our first store?
1,400 square feet.
1,400 square feet of fun. We did run clubs, or fun runs, every Monday night. And what did we do at these fun runs? We went out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 miles, but then what did we do? We brought everybody back to the local bar, and we ate, and we drank, and we had fun, and we socialized, and we built a community around what we did. People wanted to be part of this community. People wanted to come in, and then we told them how important it was to have the right footwear.
And the reason that we know that this worked is because here we are 28 years later, and we have had 40 marriages that have come from our group runs, running programs, employees meeting customers, employees meeting employees.
Customers meeting customers.
40 people who have found their mate, their soulmate, no pun intended, through running. That's how we know that what we're doing was working. We were making an emotional connection to people. We were telling them what we believed. And what we believed was 3 simple words. Running changes everything. That is our belief. And how do I know that belief works? It's because when I think about the Chicago Marathon, our Super Bowl that happens every October, second week of October, 45,000 people run it. 50,000 people this year are going to run it. Last year, Chicago Marathon, single largest day of giving in the state of Illinois. $32.5 million went to charity from people doing this simple activity of left, right, repeat.
I noticed that every one of the students who presented tonight had a philanthropic aspect of their presentation. And that's my role now within the business. I am 100% bound to our philanthropic efforts. We work with over 50 charities. We do events like this. We have come from this little store where we had parties and fit shoes to this business where we are able to give back so much to so many different organizations. And I applaud this organization for making that a valuable part of each kid's presentation.
Every person who presented on this stage today was impressive. So impressive. Please give them one more round of applause before we have our final judging.
I want to touch on some, with those applause, you want to talk a minute about raving fans, because I think the kids in the audience will understand and learn a little bit about raving fans.
I think that's where we'll finish it tonight, is with raving fans. And that was a book that I received from a friend of mine who's a serial entrepreneur. He has done so many startups, it's ridiculous. And he gave me this book called Raving Fans, which is more of a pamphlet than a book. It's about 126 pages. But what it says is, you don't want to have a customer. Nobody wants to have a customer. You want to have a fan. You want to have somebody that when they hear the name of your business, all they can do is talk about the wonderful things that your business does. And that's what we wanted to build. We wanted to build fans of our business, not just customers. And I don't mean to besmirch Walgreens, but Walgreens has customers. But nobody has ever said, oh, you need to get pills in a bottle? Oh, you got to go to Walgreens. That's the place to go. But when they're talking about running shoes, when they're talking about achieving something that is bigger than themselves, like crossing the finish line of anything in your life, it doesn't have to be a race. It could be going out and starting a walking program. We fit more comfort shoes, meaning people who are just looking to get from point A to point B, than anybody in America. And to me, that's the bigger work, is getting people moving so people are healthy. People have the ability to move and enjoy life. So if you're going out and you're starting a business, and if anybody wants to talk to us afterwards, like Lisa says, I can talk in sound bites. I also have a whole list of things that are Dave's cliches that my employees hear all the time. Please seek us out and let us know if you want to hear more. Final words?
Happy to guide, happy to help, would love to talk more to some of the young entrepreneurs here who don't be afraid to get started. You're already taking that first step. And I think one of the things that we never made it to on our notes is first one through the wall gets bloody.
The first one through the wall always gets bloody is a statement that we have in our business. Who's seen the movie Moneyball here before? It's a line that John Henry, the owner of the Boston Red Sox, says to Billy Beane as he's talking about numbers, talking about his love and desire of numbers. And he was the first one to do it. The first one through the wall always gets bloody. As an entrepreneur, you're going to be the first ones through the wall. Don't be afraid to get bloody. Go forward and do great things. Eddie, play us off.
Light up the world, you guys. Make change.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And best of luck to you at National.
Thank you.
What an incredible journey. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Zimmer, for sharing your story with us this evening and inspiring these young entrepreneurs, including myself. And big thank you to all of the nifty volunteers who were recognized tonight. We wouldn't be here without your help. And now it's the moment we all have been waiting for. I'd like to ask all our finalists to please join me on the stage. So, judges, we're all very interested in your impressions. Is there any feedback you would like to give before the results are announced? Take it away.
Thank you so much. I love that Dave and Lisa Zimmer talked about the emotional connection that you can create with your customers, prospective customers. And I would encourage you guys to all do that by sharing your personal story behind why you wanted to start your business. I think that gives that emotional connection and just gives us a little bit more insight into what you were thinking about when you created your business. And I would say that you all did an amazing job, and it takes a lot to get on stage and just talk. So congratulations for getting this far.
I thought you were all outstanding. Congratulations to all three of you. And as I thought a little bit about what I was impressed with, three things came to mind. One was the quality of your presentations were all excellent. Secondly, all of your business ideas were very innovative. But thirdly, your solutions to solve the problems were all very practical as well. So my congratulations to all of you. You all did a fantastic job.
If I can add something from what Dave just said, you also brought a lot of passion, a lot of energy to us, and this is something that you need to keep always. So keep going. Congratulations, fantastic work.
Yeah, I'd echo everything, and you all should be proud. You represented your schools well, you represented your teachers well, and you have very bright futures no matter where you go. But I think all three of your business ideas are excellent. You got up there with confidence, you got up there with a lot of energy, you got the crowd engaged, and you thought about a lot of thoughtful questions. So I would say just keep at it and just keep learning. I think the common theme that you heard from everyone, follow those mentors, listen to them, listen to those engineers who are your fellow alumni, right? Find those mentors in your life and keep doing what you're doing.
Along with what all these amazing people said, I would like to say that, it's not easy getting up there and doing it. It's not easy getting up there and talking about what your passion is. Sometimes it can be hard, but I know that being in your shoes, it comes with, you have to have a lot of confidence and you have to know your business forwards, backwards, inside out, and all that good stuff. So I would say continue to make connections, continue to do great research, and express your passions because no one can tell you what you're passionate about.
We know the decision has been difficult. We are all thankful for you all judges and thank you for coming here. But we know our winner must be chosen. To read the results and to choose our time together, I would like to welcome to the stage NFTE President and CEO, Dr. J.D. LaRock.
Hey, let's give it up for Nadja for doing a great job this evening. Thank you so much. And to our judges, thank you all. I know your choice was not easy. Now, I'm not going to hold you in suspense, but I do want to give you all a little bit of commentary and feedback. But the first thing that you should all know, if it wasn't made clear already, is that in addition to our fast pitch competitors who are going to New York, all three of our entrants here are going to New York and representing us at the national finals. So congratulations on that achievement. And I want to say, regardless of the results here tonight, this is just marking a point in time. Everything starts fresh, clean slate at the national competition in New York. And I say that because two things. Many times have I seen a student who placed first or who didn't place first at the regionals, but then went on to win it all. And one reason why is because you have the opportunity now, between now and nationals in October, to continue working on your pitches, continue working on your businesses. So in addition to all the great feedback that the judges gave you, I want to just offer some of my own because I take copious notes and really listen closely. So let me start with you, Ty. First of all, very much in the spirit of what Renita shared, I love the fact that you built a business because, as you shared, you were able to go so far with an experience in your school, and then it ended, and you were looking for more. And instead of just sort of letting it slide, letting it go, you said, well, I'm going to solve the problem myself. I'm going to create my own business. That personal motivation was really compelling. I like the fact that it's a nonprofit business. I often remind my own staff that while we're a nonprofit organization, we're also a business, and you can be both at the same time. So thank you for that. I also appreciated the fact that you are tapping into something that actually is really compelling. In education these days, everyone is talking about the value of experiential learning, right? Taking learning out of the classroom and applying it into the real world. And your business does that. It serves a need for customers in the community, and it's also advancing the education and the job readiness of the students who would participate in your business. So all of those were strengths of your presentation. My piece of advice for you is very much in the spirit, keeping with the spirit of the origin of your business, talk more about the students and who you would hire and the skills that they have. Because what do we say about the up and coming generation? They're digital natives, right? They inherently know things about technology that we older adults don't know. So lean into that. Give some examples of the types of skills that you and those who you would work with would bring to the table and really make it come alive. That's one piece of advice. But fantastic job. Okay. So next up here. All right, Ariana. So, first of all, I think my single favorite part of the pitch was when you rattled off all of your incredible accomplishments, including the 4.7 something GPA, and you're like, and I suffer from chronic procrastination. And I was like, not that much, I think. But that was very good. Your pitch, very smooth, very smoothly done. You obviously practiced it a lot. I love the fact that you have two businesses in one, and you talked about it. You talked about how you would not only have the overall business to help people with planning and to overcome procrastination, but you also said, I'm going to have a subsidiary business in selling the data. That is a really good side business to have, and it was great that you brought that in. I also love the fact that when you got a question from one of the judges who kind of pushed on your concepts, you defended your plan, right? About your price point. You said, no, I don't want to jack up the price. I want to keep it where it is, and here's why. That was an excellent answer to that question. My suggestion to you is to explain a little bit more how your platform would work. Is there AI involved? It seems like, maybe you could integrate some AI technology in there, but just explain the technical aspects. Not a lot, but just a little bit to give a flavor of how it would work functionally. You mentioned, for example, your product is going to be able to understand intuitively how people use their time without them having to input all the details of their schedule. Explain how that happens in concept. So just a little tweak there, but overall, really great pitch. Okay. Now, Rahi, I actually have a question for you, if you don't mind. What is behind the name of the business, Lights On? Why is it called Lights On? I was wondering.
I called my business Lights On because it was like the people that were struggling would have like a new opportunity. It was like the lights were turned on and they had a lot of new opportunities that came their way once my business was started.
Great. I love it. Thank you. That's very good. You also have a double business here, really, because you have adaptive clothing, but you also have prosthetics. And by the way, I thought you did a very good job explaining how 3D printing and new AI technologies would be disruptors of the existing marketplace for both businesses. So definitely keep that in your pitch. I also just think it's a really viable business. I mean, my grandfather used to have a saying, if we live long enough, we're all going to be disabled eventually. And so it's a huge market, and yet you never really hear anything about clothing for people with disabilities. You may hear about prosthetics, but that's not common knowledge. And yet, I feel like it's a big enough market where all of us should have an awareness of some store or business that caters to this population. So I just think it's just a very viable concept. My suggestion is take a little more time to explain the material science behind both the clothing business and the prosthetic business. So again, I wouldn't go deep into it, but you're planning on disrupting, both of these businesses. Explain a little bit, why it is that 3D printing would allow you to do that, why it is that the AI technology would allow you to do that. So a couple more explanatory lines in there. But all these pitches were so strong. Let's give them all a round of applause. And again, you have between now and October to continue working on your business, and so I will look forward to seeing you in New York City then. All right, so here we go. Our third place winner going to New York, receiving an award of $500 tonight, is Ty's Tech Repair. Congratulations. Our second place winner, receiving $1,000 and going to New York, is Rahi with Lights On. Congratulations. And that means our winner for tonight, receiving $1,500 and also going to the Nationals in New York City, is Ariane Whitaker with DigiPlan. Congratulations. Congratulations. Wonderful job, everybody. Thank you to all of you in the audience for your enthusiasm on behalf of our student competitors. We really appreciate all of their time, energy, effort, and support, and we will see you in New York. That concludes our event for this evening. Thank you for being with us.